Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Technopoly 411, the show that takes technology, reads it, makes it, and spits it out. Here are your hosts, Nick Wadeer, Zara Raging, and Mike Tesla.
Hi and welcome to yet another installment of Technopoly 411. I'm Nick, and with me today I have another special guest. Now, this gentleman has been a performing musician, a working musician for the majority of his living life, and far longer than mine, we'll say it at that. A true modern-day one-man band, Bob Balsley. Thank you for being on the show today.
My pleasure to be here, Nick.
So tell me a little bit about where music has come from. Obviously, when you started out, you didn't have all the technology you did today.
We started out with a wooden box with some catgut strings on it.
Yeah.
Actually made of catguts.
Wow.
And you plucked them and it made a noise.
Huh.
And today I can take that box with some steel strings on it and I can imitate lots and lots of instruments.
So you work with some computer or a device, or
You could call it computers, yeah.
Okay.
A processor which will change the sound of the guitar, and also something called a sampler, a loop sampler,
Okay.
which will record my performance, and then I can layer other performances on top of it until I have essentially the sound of a whole band.
Okay. So I've seen this technique used before with the looping and actually I do a very, very little amount of composition on my own in a program called Ableton, and it's a separate instrument and you record a loop, and very cool. So when did you really get started in this tech of using samples? And
Well, it started really with something called a delay pedal long ago, which had very limited amount of memory, maybe a second, so you could play something and it would repeat it back a second later. And there also were old machines called echoplexes that had a loop of tape that would do the same thing for about 3 seconds. But I finally found a pedal that had 12 seconds of memory, and that was 15 years ago even. And now the pedals have hours.
Hours?
Yes.
Really?
Lots and lots of memory, because computer memory has become so cheap.
That's very cool. So what have you been doing lately? You staying busy? You playing out at all?
I play about 15 times a month.
Oh, wow.
So with various
pretty
venues,
decent.
various different bands.
Well, where can I find you?
I play at a place called the Black Boot in De Pere and La Vie Boheme in De Pere as well. I play with a jazz singer called Roddy Fay, and also with Daddy D Productions. We do a number of productions around the city, mostly at the Riverside Ballroom now. And we do dinner theater, essentially, Broadway theme, 50s theme.
Very cool.
Country theme.
I've seen some Daddy D Productions. Great stuff. Well, tell you what, I'm not going to keep you here talking for too long. I really want to see what you can do. So if you could head over and play something for me, maybe?
Love to.
All right, great. All right, here he is, Mr. Bob Balsley.
Play with fire and you might get burned. A penny saved is a penny earned. Beauty is as beauty does. Don't ask why, it's just because. Time sure flies when you're having fun, and it takes a big dog to weigh a ton. Frying pan, look in the mirror and you'll find an honest man. All cats are gray in the dark, ain't no flame without a spark. Travel light when you're on the run, and it takes a big dog to weigh a ton. know, old dogs, they never learn new tricks. You stuff yourself, you might get sick or end up just like old Mama Cass. Beans and cabbage, give me gas. Smile at the man that holds the gun, and it takes a great big dog to weigh a ton. Smile at the man that holds the gun, and it takes a great big dog to weigh a ton.
All right. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you coming on this show. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out more Bob Balsley. I'm sure we'll have you on the show again. Thanks.
Sounds good.